guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called the top 20 German players in history. This is from a channel called Goal Gusto. Yeah, so check them out. When I think about Germany, I would assume this is about football. And I know that a lot of famous and like world top famous and best football players are German. So only 20. I don't know how you could narrow it down, but I'm excited to know more about them. So let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe.
Germany has long been the birthplace of footballing legends, with players from Nationalmannschaft leaving an unforgettable mark on the beautiful game. With 4 World Cup titles, the German national team has solidified its place as one of the greatest in history. In this video, we'll take a look at the top 20 players who have made the biggest impact in German football history. In 20th place is Bastian Schweinsteiger. His combination of technical quality and winning mentality cemented his status as an elite midfield talent. He played for clubs like Bayern Munich, Manchester United and Chicago Fire. He spent the majority of his career with Bayern Munich, where he achieved all the domestic titles in addition to winning the UEFA Champions League. In his international career, he won the FIFA World Cup in 2014.
So he won all with his club, he won everything, and then with the national selection he also won. I think that must be the dream for a footballer.
And was a runner-up in the UEFA European Championship. He was also featured as German Player of the Year in 2010. In 19th place is Michael Ballack. Ballack was renowned for his powerful physique, excellent technical ability, and leadership qualities. He began his professional career in Germany, starring for clubs like Kaiserslautern, Bayer Leverkusen, and Bayern Munich, where he achieved significant domestic success. However, his main success came when he joined Chelsea, where he won several trophies, including the Premier League. For the national team, Ballack unfortunately didn't win any major trophies, but he did manage to be a runner-up in the 2002 World Cup and the 2008 UEFA European Championship.
Well, you know, runner-up is better than nothing.
Individually, he was featured as German Footballer of the Year 3 times in a row. Over his career, he scored 149 goals for the clubs he played for and 42 goals for the national team. In 18th place is Berti Vogts. As a player, Vogts was known for his strong defensive abilities as a no-nonsense centre-back. He spent the majority of his playing days with Borussia Mönchengladbach, helping the club win 5 Bundesliga titles. It's
really funny that the title, is it even a title? It's not the award. It's a desk. It's really funny to me.
And the UEFA Cup. Vogts also represented the West German national team, earning over 50 caps. He was a key member of the squad that won the 1974 World Cup. Additionally, he also won the UEFA European Championship in 1972. Individually, he was featured
again. You win everything. I think that's incredible.
As German Footballer of the Year in 1971 and 1979. In 17th place is Thomas Müller. What makes Müller special is his incredible versatility and work rate. He can play as a forward, attacking midfielder, or even in a deeper role, always contributing to the team's success. Müller has spent his entire professional career.
I think that's a great compliment to give to someone, to a footballer. It's, it doesn't really matter what they do. It's, the important part is to have them on your team because, they'll deliver.
Career with Bayern, joining their youth academy as a teenager. He quickly broke into the first team and has since become a key member of the squad, winning over 10 Bundesliga titles and 2 UEFA Champions League trophies. On the international stage, he has represented his country in 4 World Cups, winning the tournament in 2014. Throughout his career, he has scored...
Wait, he was... How many... Okay, I'm gonna go back. It was 1, 2, 3...
in 4
Four World Cups. So 4 World Cups. How old were you when you started? That seems like an insane amount of World Cups to play.
World Cups, winning the tournament in 2014. Throughout his career, he has scored 260 goals for his clubs and 45 goals for the national team, making him the 7th highest scorer in the history of the German national team. In 16th place is Sepp Maier, one of the greatest goalkeepers in the history of German football. He had an incredibly successful career that spanned over 20 years. Maier played his entire professional career with Bayern Munich, where he quickly established himself as the team.
I kind of love that. It speaks a lot about how about someone's loyalty. I'm gonna stay here. This is literally my team. I've never played anywhere else.
First choice goalkeeper. He went on to win numerous titles with the club, including 4 Bundesliga championships and 3 European Cups.
Do they give the players a smaller desk or do they just get a medal?
International career was also highly successful, as he won the FIFA World Cup in 1974 and the UEFA European Championship in 1975. 1922. In 15th place is Paul Breitner. What made Breitner special was his versatility.
His hair?
He could excel in defense or
Right
midfield,
there.
often dictating the tempo of the game with his passing and vision.
He's so
Breitner
fast.
played for clubs like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Eintracht Braunschweig. With Bayern, he won multiple domestic titles.
Almost
along
all of
with
these players played for the Bayern, which I know there's others, but I think that's maybe the most famous German team, in outside of Germany or in Germany.
European Cup in 1973. During his time at Real Madrid, he won 2 consecutive league titles. For the national team,
I think that's
Breitner won the
consecutive.
World Cup in 1974 and the UEFA European Championship in 1972.
So great years.
He was also a runner-up in the 1982
Oh, and
FIFA
runner-up
World
as
Cup.
well.
In 14th place is Jürgen Klinsmann. As a player, Klinsmann was known for his incredible
Wasn't he a
goal-scoring
coach
ability
at some
and
point?
tireless work rate as a striker. He played for top clubs like Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, and Inter Milan, winning numerous trophies. Klinsmann was also a key player for the German national team, representing his country in 3 World Cups and 2 European Championships.
See, 3 I think seems a normal amount. Well, 2 or 3, but 4, it's what? How old were you, 10?
He played a crucial role in Germany's victory at the 1990 World Cup, scoring important
World
goals.
champion
He
as
also
well?
won the European Championship in 1996 and earned a bronze medal at the 1988 Summer Olympics. Individually,
the
he was named
Olympics.
German Footballer of the Year twice. Over his club career, he scored 284 goals,
almost
and for the national
300.
team, he netted 47 goals, making
That's
him one of the
crazy.
top 5 all-time scorers
Yes.
for the German national team.
So-
In 13th place is Toni Kroos,
Goals.
recently retired world-class German midfielder who enjoyed an incredibly successful career at the highest level of the game. Kroos
Yeah,
played for 2 of the
Didn't he retire semi-young? I think that's probably one of the... Well, I don't know. It just depends. Maybe you just want to retire when you're young so you can just sort of do something else maybe with your life.
biggest clubs in
Because I think for those football players, football is your life. But maybe if you retire a little bit earlier in your sort of life, I have the opportunity to do other things.
Europe, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. At Bayern Munich, Kroos was part of the 2013 treble-winning team and secured numerous league titles. However, his peak came at Real Madrid, where he
What is
achieved
that?
immense success, including winning 5 UEFA Champions League
That's-
trophies. On the international stage,
I don't
Kroos
know.
was a
It's
key member of
unbelievable.
the squad that won the 2014 World Cup. In 12th place is Matthias
And if that's
Sammer.
not enough, he
Sammer
also
was a
won.
versatile defender who could also play in midfield. He played for German clubs such as Dynamo Dresden, VfB Stuttgart, and Borussia Dortmund, as well as Inter Milan in Italy. Sammer won 3 Bundesliga titles, one with
A lot of really famous clubs, I have to say.
Stuttgart and 2 with Dortmund, and lifted the Champions League in 1996. For the national team,
it heavy?
Sammer's greatest achievement as a player was captaining Germany to victory at the 1996 European Championship. Individually,
they
he
won,
won
yeah.
the Ballon d'Or in 1996
Oh,
as a defender
wow.
and was a 2-time German footballer.
If I understand things correctly, the Ballon d'Or, that's like the top most honor a foot player can get, right? It doesn't matter which, where you play. It's sort of, I don't know, the Oscars of the football, of football, I would assume, right?
Of the year. In 11th place is Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. What made Rummenigge so special was his exceptional technical ability, clinical finishing, and intelligent movement in the penalty area. He played for clubs like Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Servette, but his major success came with Bayern. He helped Bayern win numerous Bundesliga titles and European trophies, including
a
2
hero.
European Cups. On the international stage, he was a member of the team that won the 1980 European Championship and finished as runners-up at the 1982 World
Oh, with
Cup.
the other
In
guy.
terms of individual achievements, Rummenigge is a 2-time Ballon d'Or winner, earning the honour in 1980 and 1981. He scored
2 consecutive years in a
293
row.
goals, and for the national team, he netted 45 goals, making him the 6th highest scorer in the history of the German
do you
national
even do
team.
this?
In 10th
For how long
place
have
is
you been
Oliver
playing?
Kahn, nicknamed
goalie.
Der Titan for his imperious and intimidating displays between the sticks. Kahn remains one of the greatest goalkeepers in modern history. He played for just 2 clubs, Karlsruhe SC and Bayern Munich, spending the majority of
Again, with the Bayern, everyone plays there or has played at some point.
his illustrious career with Bayern. In more than 600 appearances
Wow.
for Bayern Munich, Kahn won 8 Bundesliga
Again, I'm sorry, an 8 Bundesliga. How old was he? How many years did he play? I'm confused.
titles, 6 DFB Pokals, and a Champions League. On the
That's so-
international
that's
stage,
so many.
Kahn was part of the squads that won Euro 96 and reached the World Cup final 6 years later. He remains the benchmark by which all goalkeepers are judged in Germany, with his spectacular displays in 2002 becoming part of German
wow.
football folklore.
Ooh.
Kahn is the only goalkeeper to have
Okay, I'm sorry, I have to watch that again. What?
displays in 2002 becoming part of German football folklore. Kahn is the
It's so funny because even he, obviously the ball bounced back, but he was sort of grabbing it with his leg.
only goalkeeper to have won the Golden Ball at a World Cup, earning the honor after inspiring Germany all the way to the final in Japan in 2000.
Okay, so they didn't win, but they still gave it, as a team. Germany didn't win, but still they gave it to him because he was the greatest player, and it's only a goalkeeper. Wow, that's crazy. It must have been incredible.
In ninth place is Fritz Walter, the captain of West Germany's first World Cup victory in 1954. Walter was an elegant and devastating attacking midfielder, equally capable of scoring and providing goals. He scored 33 goals in 61 appearances for Germany, but it was for his boyhood club,
Two per match, basically.
Kaiserslautern, where he is most revered. The club's stadium, built in 1985, was named in his honor as he spent his entire career there, scoring 357 goals in 364 league
I love that. Again, speaks a lot about someone's loyalty, and it's really about passion. I'm passionate about my team. I love it.
In 8th place is Miroslav Klose. Known for being an exceptional striker, he was strong, fast, and consistently found the back of the net.
Right?
While there may be technically superior footballers on this list, few can match Klose's international efficiency. Klose remains Germany's...
Oh my god, technically, I do know if it's technically better. Well, I guess professionals do know these things, but he's number one.
Time top scorer with 71 goals.
That's
and
a lot.
He holds the record for the most goals scored in World Cup history with 16. Klose's domestic record was
16? Again, how many World Cups did he play?
solid, if unspectacular, with 258 goals in 667 matches for several European clubs. He won 2 Bundesliga titles with Bayern Munich, as well as a Coppa Italia with Lazio. Without his international career, Klose would be considered a decent player, but with it, he's a bona fide legend. In 7th place is Manuel Neuer, the man often credited with revolutionizing an entire position. While Neuer didn't invent the sweeper-keeper role, many had done it before him. There's no denying that the Germany and Bayern Munich captain perfected the art. He played for 2 German clubs.
It's like, why are you doing this? Aren't you a goalkeeper? Why are you handling the ball? It's crazy to me. I would be so scared of leaving the net unattended.
Schalke 04 and Bayern Munich. However, he got his major success during his tenure at Bayern. The 36-year-old has been the bedrock of 2 trebles at Bayern and has won an abundance of Bundesliga titles while guarding the nets at the Allianz Arena. At the international stage, his pivotal role in Germany's 2014 World Cup victory adds even greater prestige to his already illustrious career. In 6th place is Günter Netzer, nicknamed Karajan after the esteemed Austrian classical conductor. Netzer was a player of rare intelligence, balance, and technical genius, considered by many to be the greatest passer in German football history. The maverick midfielder orchestrated Borussia Mönchengladbach's back-to-back Bundesliga triumphs in the early 1970s before moving to
Has that happened a lot?
Real Madrid, where he continued to inspire success, winning 2 La Ligas in a row. With the national team, Netzer was part of the squads that won Euro 1972 and the 1974 World Cup. In 5th place is Uwe Seeler, the undisputed star of German football in the 1960s. The 3-time German Footballer of the Year was known for his strength, leadership, aerial ability, and, surprisingly for such a big man, his acrobatic overhead kicks. A towering stone carving of his bare right foot stands proudly outside Hamburg's Volksparkstadion, a fitting tribute to a player.
Oh my god, I love it! That's incredible! That speaks very highly of him. I don't know if it's alive, but what you mean his foot it is immortalized because you can visit his foot and it was an actual model of his foot? That's incredible!
He scored 490 goals in 580 appearances for HSV. Seeler's relentless goal scoring.
Almost 500 goals. I can see why he was immortalized with his foot. Yeah, that foot is never gonna happen again.
Instincts propelled HSV to the German title in 1960 and a DFB Pokal 3 years later. His 43 goals in 72 international appearances also brought West Germany within touching distance of the 1966 World Cup. A distraught Seeler being helped off the Wembley turf remains one of the most iconic photos in football history. In 4th place is Philipp Lahm.
What happened?
Short, not particularly strong, fast, or aggressive. You might mistake Philipp Lahm for an accountant rather than one of the great.
I wouldn't think that guy's an accountant. Just look at his legs. But I get it. It doesn't. Maybe it does not imposing. He's short.
Greatest players ever. The Bayern Munich stalwarts may have lacked physicality, but he made up for it with an astonishing football IQ. Lahm played his entire professional career with Bayern Munich, where he achieved
another one where I'm just gonna stay here. I found my home.
8 Bundesliga titles, 6 DFB Pokals, and a Champions League with the Bavarian Giants. But his greatest moments came on the international stage. After being a runner runner-up at the UEFA European Under-19 Championship in 2002
Under-19.
and again at the UEFA European Championship in 2008. Lahm's crowning achievement was captaining the German national team to victory at the 2014 World Cup. That
I think that's just probably the cherry on top on his career.
2014 team is arguably the greatest in German history, and Lahm might have been the pick of the bunch. In third place is
Well, the
Lothar
greatest.
Matthäus. Known for his strong
Of course.
skills, leadership, and ability to score goals, Matthäus was a versatile player who could operate both as a midfielder and a sweeper, making him invaluable to his teams.
Yeah.
He played for German
I
clubs
bet.
like FC Herzogenaurach, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Bayern Munich, as well as Inter Milan and the MetroStars. Matthäus was the brains and brawn for every team he represented. Whether it was the all-conquering Bayern Munich of the 80s
What?
and late
That's pretty
90s,
cool.
winning 7 Bundesliga titles, 3 DFB Pokals, and a UEFA Cup, or a sublime Inter
is a
Milan
lot of
side
things.
that lifted the league and UEFA Cup titles in between. As for his international career, it seems almost mathematically impossible that Matthäus played in both Euro 1980 and Euro 2000. He won his first
What?
major tournament, the UEFA European Championship, in
How?
1980 and captained
What?
West Germany to victory at the 1990 FIFA World Cup. Individually, he won the Ballon d'Or in 1990 and
Again, how old was he when this whole thing started? This is crazy to me. I don't know. When they start so young, I just think it's again, this is, and I understand this is your life and all of that, but still, it's sort of, you're so incredibly young. I just find it so incredible that they start so young, and of course that makes it, I mean, it's good obviously, but again, it's just crazy to me how they are able to do this for so many years.
was twice named German Footballer of the Year. At the club level, he scored 204 goals and provided 66 assists, while for the
Oh, which it's important, yeah. Something that they haven't mentioned is the assists, which I think sometimes is not a reflection of, not it's not how many goals you actually manage to achieve. Sometimes it's about, how much assists you have.
national team, he scored 23
assists.
goals and made 17 assists. In second place
it's
is
great.
Gerd Müller, nicknamed a bomber by German football fans for his ability to destroy defences. Müller was
because he
known for
destroyed
his
them.
strength, powerful shot and acceleration. He played for German clubs like Nordlingen, Bayern Munich and Fort Lauderdale Strikers. His main success came with Bayern
Oh, Fort Lauderdale, so he played in the US at some
Munich,
point.
where he won 4 Bundesliga titles, 4 DFB Pokals and 3 consecutive European Cups.
What is the DFB podcast? I keep hearing about this. I have no idea what it is.
However, he is best known for his international career. Müller won the UEFA European Championship with West Germany in 1972, becoming the tournament's top scorer. 2 years later, he won
How
the
many?
1974 FIFA World Cup on home soil.
Oh my god! Again, this seems like a crown achievement. You whirl one thing and then you win the other. You win the Euros and then you win this. I think in the same sort of within the same years. I think that's just incredible. You had a great couple of years.
Scoring
few
the
years.
winning goal in the final. Individually, Müller
and
won
he
the
scored
Ballon
the
d'Or
final.
in 1970 and was
And then because that wasn't enough, he also won the Ballon d'Or. Okay, sure.
twice named German Footballer of
And
the
this as
Year.
well.
At the club
This
level,
guy.
he scored 365 goals for Bayern in 427 appearances,
Oh my
a rate
God.
of
Almost 1 goal per
0.85
match.
goals per game.
Yeah.
He remains both Bayern's and the Bundesliga's all-time top scorer. For the national
Wow.
team, Müller scored 68 goals, making him
this
Germany's
guy's a
second
machine.
highest scorer,
What?
just 3 behind
This-
Miroslav Klose, despite playing 75 fewer games. He also holds the record for the most hat-tricks for Germany. Müller held the
Wow.
record for the most World Cup goals from 1974 until 2006, when it was broken by Brazil's Ronaldo. He was a statistical machine.
Records are about, again, legends, but I think it's wild that the record held for that long.
A cheat code of a striker during a time when pitches were rough and yellow cards were rarely given. He remains the greatest
Oh.
goal scorer in German history. In first place is Franz
That's-
Beckenbauer.
Again, it seems crazy to me. Whatever. I get it. You don't really get to see things like this anymore. Players like this, they probably just do not. Well, they don't fell off the trees before, but I think now it's even less. You're not gonna find people like this anymore.
Known as Der Kaiser, which means the Emperor. Sweepers were already common in the 1960s, but none played the role quite like Beckenbauer. Not only did he dictate play from deep with his exceptional passing range, but he also constantly surged forward with the ball, gliding past opponents to join attacks. He
So he sort of shaped how the modern sport
played
in a
for
way.
clubs like Hamburger SV, Bayern Munich, and New York Cosmos. Bayern Munich was his
Also
primary
New
club,
York.
where he won 4 league titles, 4 German Cups, and 3 consecutive European Cups. He later added another league title with
Consecutive.
Hamburg, showcasing his ability to
Another.
turn any team into winners. With the national
Yes.
team, Beckenbauer was the driving force behind West Germany's triumphs at Euro 1972 and the 1974 World Cup,
Also, he played
where he
with
captained the side.
with Müller.
Individually, Beckenbauer's accolades are staggering. Most notably, he won the Ballon d'Or twice, becoming the first defender to win the coveted award and the only defender to win it more than once. He was also named German Footballer of the Year
So far, like that record still held. It's held.
4 times, more than any other player.
times.
No player has
Wow.
ever been as elegant, calm in possession, inspirational, and feared as Beckenbauer. He is celebrated and revered more highly than any other German player and will surely forever remain the greatest player in German
I
history.
can see why.
And that was our list of the top 20 players in Germany's football history. Who do you think is the greatest, Beckenbauer or Müller? Let us know your thoughts and share your own list of the top 20 German players in the comments below.
Well, this it was again a great list. I think I'm surprised that they managed to narrow it down to only 20 people, only 20 guys. To begin with, I mentioned this, but I think it's just crazy when you look at things, sort of out of context because you're just, it's a clip selection and we're getting this, to summarize their careers basically. But it's just crazy. I'm thinking like how talented you need to be to actually make it to this sort of pantheon of insane players and incredible players. That those last, again, the first one, again, I understand the first one. It's apparently sort of the big win. Well, I think everyone, again, probably anyone could have been number one and it would have been great because I think all the players that they mentioned are fantastic in their own ways. And again, incredibly talented. I just think the one that I'm just blown away is, again, the one that came in number 2. I just think it was Müller. I think, again, I'm kind of blown away. Maybe to me, maybe other people, that know much more about this or that are experts at this are probably going to be, no, it was well deserved, that Müller came at number 2. But I just think it's crazy. All the statistics of, yes, what it is to have 300, almost 400 goals and 400 sort of matches and appearances. That's, again, the statistics is almost 1 goal per match. He was just a striker. Well, no, he was, again, I know that he wasn't a striker, but he was, again, you have him on your match, he's going to score. Like the statistics, it was more likely for him to be if he would have been on my team, great. I know that at least, there's a pretty big chance that we're going to score at least 1 because this guy's on my team. But if, for the others, for the opposing team, they're going to be, this guy again, he's probably going to score. So I just think that's crazy because ultimately, and I understand that football is about a lot of other things, not necessarily just about who wins. Again, I know that whoever scores the most goals is the one that wins. But I think a player itself and probably a team as well, they have other things that are when you're talking about the greatest, right? Not just, they won this match or they had a really good season. When you're talking about this greatest, again, the greatest players in history, there's more to this than just, he scored a lot of goals. Well, again, great, amazing, because again, goals are what actually make you win. But a lot of these, I think it's just about how, how the player actually understands the sport and how, the goal opportunities that maybe they can achieve or the passes. The goalkeepers, two goalkeepers made it to the list, which I think I'm glad because I think sometimes in sports, in football specifically, I think the goalies are a little bit, forgotten about. I think if to begin with, there's a lot of pressure on them because if something goes wrong and again, someone loses a match or whatever, I think the fans are going to be, they're going to blame the goalie. But it's not necessarily, again, you do this in the heat of the moment, but I understand, no, not necessarily, there's a defense, defense players are, they exist for a reason. It's not, the goalies, the goalkeepers, fault that, they managed to, the other team managed to score, 5 goals and you allowed this. No, not necessarily, again, because there are other factors. But still, I think the goalkeeper is just a figure that seems to be quite forgotten. I think people are more into, the strikers, the midfielders, and, when you're talking about positions. And the goalies are kind of a little bit forgotten about. I think they're just maybe, because it depends on the match. Again, I don't really know a lot about football, but in my opinion, I think it's actually a good thing that maybe the goalie, it's not the protagonist in a match, because if they are, of course it happens. We had a lot of attempts on goal. They trying to hit the net, which of course, great. But I think ultimately, again, if you have a really good defense, you shouldn't actually, as a goalkeeper, you shouldn't actually be sort of, be impacted that much. I don't know. It's just, again, maybe I'm being completely, no, that's not really how it works. But to me, I think it's a good thing that the goalkeeper is not, I barely saw him, at the game. Well, at the match. Well, yeah, that's a good thing. It says that, you had a really good defense team and they weren't even allowing, the ball to pass. And, again, great. But sometimes it's kind of the opposite. And I think sometimes, they become heroes if they stop a lot of goals, or if they stop one goal that could have changed everything. But at the same time, they get all the, so it's good because, again, when they do their job properly, or when things sort of happen for them and they manage to stop goals, incredible. They're the heroes. They're the hometown heroes. But when things go poorly, then everyone probably, they take the brunt of this. Oh my God, how did you allow all those goals? And it's, well, yeah, I can. I'm not alone in this team. And I just think that's really how it works. And they take a lot of the brunt. So I like that in this selection, because again, it's sort of a little bit forgotten. It's just and again, it is a separate sort of selection to the others, because again, the others are, they're playing in the field, whether those are defense, midfielders, strikers, whatever, they're still sort of in the field. A goalie is just sort of separate from everyone else. And I think obviously the way they train is different. So it's just a little bit, I don't know, I'm just glad to see two goalies here, because I think it's just a really tough position, I think, in football. But as for Neuer, I find it so weird. Again, it's part of that's his thing. That the way he's another, what I just mentioned about again, when goalies are sort of separate from everyone else, that he's sort of handling the ball and he's making passes, and why are you handling the ball? You're a goalkeeper. Go back to your net. If I were, again, it works for him clearly, but if I wonder if the first time he did this, people were like, what on earth? This is the worst goalie ever. Go back. Because I would have been so stressed if I were one of his teammates, I'm supposed to be doing this. Go, get out of here. But I understand that's really actually an advantageous thing to have, because if you have a player and your goalie also knows how to pass the ball and make good passes, and it's also really good at handling sort of the ball, well, that's an advantage. But again, it's very risky. It's really, oh my God, it just makes me very nervous. The other thing that I loved about this was the one that had his foot immortalized. I loved it. He was like, oh my God, I can't remember his name, but I just think that's crazy to have. I think it was Netzer, I believe. I don't know. I love the fact that he was so in this stadium. I don't think it was Netzer, actually. I can't remember who he was, but I just think I love it. I don't know if it's alive or he's dead. Hopefully, my best wishes is that he was alive to see this. They're going to make a mold out of your foot, and then they're going to, put it, and it's going to be, I don't know, 10 feet tall, and then they're going to put it at the stadium. It's, oh my God, I would have been so honored. And I mean, hopefully he loved it, and hopefully he was alive when this was done, just because it's so, oh my God, what a great honor to have your foot immortalized. And I assume that for the fans of that team, it's such a thing that, you have to go at least once in your life to sort of check out the huge culture of this man's food. I loved it. But yes, this was an incredible selection. I had a really good time. And that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.